And big nights in Cardiff always now mean the old Celtic war horn, the Carnix, you can hear in the background here at the Cardiff City Stadium. There's still quite a lot of empty seats around the place, people maybe just coming in late, having been outside, having a drink, having some food, chatting to people, wondering what they all expect from tonight's game. Here is Zombie Nation, all of the familiar signature tunes of the Red Wallers. And you just heard there the route from the start of the World Cup qualifying campaign to the end of it. Final assignment tonight against North Macedonia. They've had 4 wins, 2 against Liechtenstein, 2 against Kazakhstan, 1 draw, that was away to North Macedonia, and 2 defeats against Belgium. It leaves them 3rd in the group, level on points with Macedonia, beneath them on goal difference. They have to beat the Macedonians tonight, inflict the first defeat on them to finish 2nd and get that home playoff semi-final in March. Well, Nathan Blake and Danny Gabardon are 2 former Wales internationals who you would have heard there, I'm sure, with lots of yelps and screams in the background when those Wales goals have gone in during the course of the campaign. Nathan, you were there on Saturday. It was a frustrating watch, wasn't it? I mean, you said before the game you expected quite a few goals. Didn't happen. They scored 1. They got the job done. Can Wales produce a much better performance this evening? Because people want wins. They also want to be entertained.
Yeah, often, listen, entertainment really and truly. I'm not bothered by entertainment tonight. I just want to win. I'd like to see the kind of performance what we had against Croatia. I think Wales, if they start well, high tempo, and really press the opposition and push them back, I think they can go on, get an early goal, which will settle a lot of nerves and go on and win the game. But you know, the longer it goes without them scoring, the more difficult it becomes, because like I said, Macedonia do play under duress, under stress, so they're very good at it, great on the counter-attack. So Wales, any opportunities come their way, they have to take them.
Because North Macedonia only need a draw to clinch 2nd place. It could be another one of those frustrating nights. Hopefully it's a joyous one for the Wales players, and they will be led out tonight by Fulham's Harry Wilson, who's got his son Oscar with him to walk out on another big night of international football at this stadium. And here they come. Wilson Senior and Wilson Junior, young Oscar with his dad as he leads out Wales as captain. Tonight, walking round to the left and round the back of the Red Dragon flag, North Macedonia all in white, walking to our right and standing by their national flag, a side maybe who some people have underestimated, but Wales will not do that tonight. They know how important it is that they respect them, but not fear them. Wales need the win. They need to go for it to finish 2nd in this qualifying group. It now looks full around the ground, and as ever, the a cappella version of the national anthem after Macedonia's.
the red wall, sing it loud and sing it proud.
Well, I wonder whether that anthem will be sung at stadiums in America, in Mexico and in Canada next summer. That is the dream of the Wales fans inside this stadium, and those watching at home, those listening at home, they want to go to another World Cup in North America 2026. Tonight is crucial in their hopes of making it there and getting a much easier route through the playoffs next March. Can they get those 3 points, that win right at the end of this qualifying campaign before international football goes into its winter hibernation? You are listening to BBC Radio Wales and BBC Sounds. We've got the phone in later when you can have your say, whatever happens, whatever the performance. 03700 100 110 as the feast of football phone in takes your calls, texts and WhatsApps. But it's time to enjoy the action. Former Wales internationals Nathan Blake and Danny Gabanon are alongside our match commentator for the final assignment, Mark Poyser.
Thank you, Ian. Good evening, everyone. Welcome once more to the Cardiff City Stadium. Another big night under the lights in the capital. We've seen so many of them in recent times. It really needs to be another one for Craig Bellamy and his men in red if they are to get home advantage in the playoff semi-finals, unless there is a miracle result elsewhere in this group. It will be the playoffs as the two captains shake hands, and point out as well Harry Wilson and his son Oscar, who also had a captain's armband on his little replica Wales shirt. That was a lovely moment. Hopefully they and everyone in this stadium will be celebrating later, but Wales really need to deliver this evening. North Macedonia have yet to be beaten in this group. They are yet to be beaten in 14 competitive games. Barring England, they've conceded the fewest goals in World Cup qualifying in a 5-team group. Wales know what they have to do. Win for second place and home advantage. Anything else and they will drop to third and need their Nations League performance to get them through the back door. But before the football, we are going to pause for a moment of reflection, because last week the former FAW president Trevor Lloyd-Hughes passed away at the age of 77, and also just yesterday the former Wales fullback Rod Thomas died at the age of 78. He won 50 caps for Wales in the 60s and 70s. Both teams now wearing black armbands around the centre circle for a minute's applause. Immaculately observed, but the the Raw will tell you it's now time for the biggest game of this group so far. It's the final game. No room for error. Wales emerge from their huddle. Craig Bellamy paces around his technical area. It is a bitterly cold night, but it is a packed out Cardiff City Stadium, a sold out ground where the atmosphere will absolutely be red hot. Wales will start the game in their new strip, all red, with the green hoop around the centre of the shirt, which is where the badge finds itself as well. Brennan Johnson to start the match, and we are underway live here on BBC Radio Wales and on the BBC Sounds app and 5 Sports Extra. And Wales have gone long to start, and it's gone right downfield, and it's out of play for a goal kick to North Macedonia. If you weren't with us earlier, the teams in full: Darlow in goal for Wales, Williams, Lawler, Roden and De Silva, Sheehan and Cullen, and then it's Dan James, Wilson the captain, and Brooks and Brennan Johnson. North Macedonia all in white, clear downfield. It's collected by Lawler. What a night for him, only his 3rd cap, just 19 years old. I'll go through the opponents in just a moment, but these are the tattooed forearms of Joe Roden. Nico Williams down beneath us. 60 seconds gone. It is goalless, and it's back with Darlow all in black. So North Macedonia, Dimitrevski in goal of Valencia, Ilievski, Velkovsky, Zaikov and Ashkovsky, and then it's Almi and Stokevski, Kostadinov, and then the 3 star players: Bardi the captain, Elmas of Leipzig, and the striker Bojan Miovski of Rangers. He scored late in Skopje in March. This is Brennan Johnson charging into the box. Wonderful run. Might drop for Brooks on the volley over the bar. Chance for Wales inside 90 seconds.
Yeah, great start from Wales. Even better start from Brennan Johnson. It's what we want to see from him. Nice and positive. Picks the ball up, central midfield, and just drives at the defence. Need to see that a lot from him this evening. You agree, Dan?
It's a big night. You need your big performance to step up. It's as simple as that. Brennan Johnson, we thought he might play as a centre forward. He's actually started on our left-hand side. We're almost playing with 2 number 10s in Harry Wilson, David Brooks and Dan James on his right-hand side. But great start from Brennan, winning the ball back, aggressive, wins the ball back, and then he's driving into that 18-yard box. And Brooks here maybe slightly disappointed. He just sat up nicely on the volley, almost like a half kind of scissors volley, which he's not able to keep down. But that's the kind of intensity that Craig Bellamy will be looking for from his team tonight.
It's 0-0. And they're still filling up this stadium. 1 or 2 blue seats, but there's still people making their way in late. Bit of rain in the air too, and just a small pocket of red and yellow Macedonian fans as Brooks is on the charge, and Dan James takes over on the right side, ball across the penalty area, and a desperate sliding tackle away by Zakov with Wilson lurking. Wales in the mood in the early moments.
Yeah, great start again. Players driving forward. That's what Wales have in abundance, is pace. They've got to utilise it this evening.
Corner, the first of the match to Wales, and the captain Harry Wilson will take it from the near right side. Everyone on their feet with the bucket hats. It's high towards the back post, and it's high past everyone and behind for a goal kick, but it earns applause from Craig Bellamy. He wanted a fast start, and that's in his opening 4 minutes, Nathan and Danny.
Yeah, Danny made the point earlier before the game started, just the size difference between the 2 teams. I do believe Macedonia will be a bit of a problem from set pieces, but the way Wales have started this game is how they need to finish it. Tempo, high pace, utilising pacey players like Brooks, like Wilson. They can all run. Brennan Johnson, and of course Dan James.
This is Johnson over on the far left in front of that double-decker Ninian stand across from us. We are just to the right of the halfway line, alongside the director's box. Some famous names in there. And this is De Silva with the socks rolled right down. Wales going backwards. And Lawler all the way to Carl Darlow, started every single one of these World Cup qualifiers. And as Bellamy predicted himself in his pre-match interview before the game, Wales having the early pressure and territory. This is Brooks on the halfway line, scorer of that last gasp equaliser in March against these opponents, but he's brought down by Kostadinov. It's a Wales free kick on the halfway line, given by the Dutch referee in the yellow shirt, Danny McKelly. And Wales take it quickly. Williams looking for James down the line, and he's get there, and he caresses it across the penalty area. Nobody's there on the edge of the box. The white shirts of North Macedonia collect, and they will try and spring upfield. And Cullen races back, and Cullen concedes the foul, but we had a perfect view. His shirt nearly ripped off his back, and the Swansea man is astonished that that went against him.
Yeah, I think that's the difference between this team and Liechtenstein. They can counter-attack. No, that was brilliant play to get out there. It might not have been a free kick.
There are some big nights, big games on the final match day. Belgium lead Liechtenstein by a 1-0. So perhaps the dream of winning the group is over for both these nations. And Scott McTominay with an overhead kick has put Scotland 1-0 up against Denmark. That is winner take all. They could qualify automatically, could Scotland. They lead 1-0. It's also Romania 0, San Marino 1. In the game that matters as far as we're concerned here on BBC Radio Wales, goalless in Cardiff after 6.5 minutes. Wilson is left in a crumpled heap in the centre circle. No foul, says the referee. De Silva with number 5 on his back races back to make the tackle.
Yeah, Wales are going to have to be careful with that body in midfield. He does pick up really good positions, really good in possession. Not that time, but did pick it up in a dangerous area.
It's North Macedonia on the attack on the far side. And Brennan Johnson actually doing some defending. That's not a great ball out from the back, though. They've given it away. Here come the white-shirted North Macedonians scurrying inside towards the edge of the penalty area is Elmas. And then a shot from distance, well, you can hear where that one's ended up, from Isnik Almi into Rosed, almost into the band on the back of that Canton stand to our left-hand side.
Yeah, I think they're doing what none of us expected. They're pressing as well. And I think most of us thought they'd just sit deep and counter-attack. That's all I've heard. But they're pretty good in the press, so Wales are going to have to be on their toes.
I think just looking at them, you look at their recent kind of record of results, and they got continuity in there, and you can see their balance in terms of when to sit off, when to kind of get after Wales and press, and almost getting a bit of joy of pressing high there. We're a little bit sloppy in possession, a little bit of possession in and around our 18-yard box then, and then a strike on goal, which didn't really trouble Carl Darlow, but you'd be careful there. Just we're playing out and be aware of that press from North Macedonia. They will do it.
Wales started in a hurry. 8 minutes now in the big red letters in the corners of this stadium. Lawler has sliced the clearance. It's collected by Bardi, the captain. Plays his club football in Turkey. They're back inside their own half now. And now they are going to slow it down. But only a Wales win will do to secure home advantage, and that ball's over the top and just out of reach of Miofsky. Darlow had to be alert there. Up to the halfway line now with Nico Williams. Well, that's as far as North Macedonia will let them get. And every white shirt behind the ball. And it's the two centre-halves exchanging passes just inside the Wales half. On this crisp, chilly evening in the Welsh capital. Brooks to Williams, all on the near side, all around the halfway line, no way through in the early going. Lawler up towards halfway. Everyone in red in front of him is static. We saw a lot of this on Saturday against Liechtenstein, and the crowd respond.
I think you can see the difference in the tempo of the passing and the movement from Wales, though, Mark. You know, we did that game and it was very slow, lethargic. Pitch was dry until we had a bit of drizzle later on, but tonight Wales look in the mood, moving the ball quickly, one touch, two touch. You have to say, North Macedonia, incredibly well organised.
You can see why they've conceded so few goals. That one's over the top for Wilson, and it will carry through to Dimitrievski, the keeper, all in blue.
Yeah, just watching Ashkovsky, and yes, he's marking Dan James from defensive standpoint, but he will get forward, and he's trying to create a 2v1 because Dan James isn't tracking all the way back with him. He's tucking inside from this right-hand side, so something that have to be aware of, because it's either going to fall one way or the other, right? It's either going to fall for Dan or it's going to fall for
Wales take the throw quickly, and James is brought down here. Kostadinov, and that's a yellow card for Tiomir Kostadinov, and he can't have any complaints. They took the throw quickly. Dan James was away on the near right, and he's completely flattened him. And this is a decent set-piece opportunity, almost level with the edge of the penalty area on the near right. Wilson adjusts his shin pads before pulling up the red socks.
Yeah, he looks in the mood, doesn't he, Dan James? Tonight, you have to say, looks really in the mood. Started this first 10 minutes brilliantly.
And he's in conversation here with Harry Wilson. Surely it will be the captain to take it with the orange boots. One arm in the air, shuffling run, curls it in, helped on by Cullen, away by the white shirts. It's plucked out of the air by Bardi. He's by his own corner flag on the near right side, and the clearance is off Dan James. And the groans will tell you it's out for a North Macedonia throw. It is 0-0, exactly 12 minutes gone here on BBC Radio Wales, the BBC Sounds app on your smartphone or tablet, and on BBC 5 Sports Extra.
And you just feel that set-piece delivery from us is going to have to be spot on tonight with the size of our team that we have out there. To be fair to Harry Wilson, 8-9 times out of 10 it normally is, and just wonder if Wales might have maybe worked on something slightly different, maybe on the training on the last couple of days, rather than maybe just slinging balls into the box, knowing maybe that, you know, we're at a bit of a disadvantage size-wise. Whether we've maybe worked on something a bit innovative that we haven't obviously seen yet, but we might see as the game kind of goes on. But been a good start to the game from Wales, particularly in wide areas. Dan James, as Blakey mentioned, Brennan Johnson have seen some early ball and had some early joy. We look like we can kind of get in behind this North Macedonian team, but obviously nothing kind of clear-cut created yet. Here we go again.
Johnson, hint of offside, but play continues. Corner of the penalty area, far left. The red shirts arriving in support. He switches it to the other side of the box. He kept him by the corner flag by Williams. James is in support. All the white shirts back. Wales with good position here. Williams round the corner looking for James, who hadn't made the run. You just expect him to be there with his searing pace. And that throw-in goes Wales' way.
It was actually the other way. That's why the referee was...
Well, the assistant gave it for Wales, and the referee has overruled it.
What it was, we can see it from me. The assistant's having a bit of shocker, because you said that last Wales attack, Mark, a hint of offside. Brennan Johnson was probably 2 yards offside. I think you'd have had a bit of a complaint, and he was nowhere near up with play. He was in line with us, and Brennan Johnson was 10 yards in front of him.
Yeah, he would have got called back. If anything had come from that, he probably VAR would have looked at that and probably obviously given the offside. Did look like he ran in behind a bit early there.
We saw VAR on Saturday ruling out Nathan Broadhead's goal. It's still Belgium 1, Liechtenstein 0. That would be enough to secure Belgium top spot in Group J. Spain 1, Turkey 0. That was long for James, but headed away by Ashkovsky. This is Stochevsky of Slovako. And they only get up towards the halfway line before they lose the ball. San Marino's lead in Romania is over. It's now 1-1. And Bosnia lead in Austria. They can clinch top spot. Those permutations that Chris gave us before the game in terms of who Wales might play could be changing again. Long ball for Wilson, intercepted by, this time, Velkovsky, the big defender. And the clearance is blocked by Johnson. It spins out into that away end in the corner across the miss.
Yeah, I thought it was a blatant foul as well for Harry Wilson. Just a little nudge in the back. I was going to say, you're not going to get away with that if it drops to you. And they pull that back. Just, you know, use your common sense a bit. Hunt for the mistake. Yes, get around him, make contact, but you're pushing the back. You're not going to get away with that one.
Reminiscent of yourself there a little bit, mate.
Yeah,
remember you doing that to me a few times.
Do as
and
I
getting
say,
away with it.
Do as I say and not as I do. You know that.
16 minutes in, we've had our first defender v attacker battle in the commentary box.
Oh, no battles here.
No.
Here's Dan James for Wales, level with the edge of the penalty area. It's a lovely ball into Brooks inside the penalty area. It's a penalty to Wales. David Brooks was tripped. The referee in a perfect position, and he did not hesitate. And Wales have got a golden opportunity to take the lead in a game they must win.
Lovely little ball, wasn't it? In behind from Dan James. Lovely run from Brooksy. And he just runs across the defender. The defender tries to pull himself out of the challenge. Well, he doesn't make a challenge. He's just trying to slow his legs down, but running across the defender, we say, if you get across him, he's either going to bring you down or he has to let you go. In this instance.
And the goalkeeper here is trying to get in the face of David Brooks on the penalty spot. He's been shown away, or at least trying to, by the referee, which is what all the hullabaloo you can hear in the background. And there's going to be a yellow card here for the keeper, Dimitrievski, as he tries to put off the penalty taker. And he's still not walked away, the keeper in blue. He shrugs his shoulders. But it's going to be Harry Wilson. What a night already for him, captaining his country for the very first time. He's the player, arguably, who stepped into the shoes of Gareth Bale since the great man retired. And he stands hands on hips. Comes forward now, left-footed. No mistake. Wales take the lead. And it feels like another one of those nights in Cardiff. A big roar under the lights. And it's just 18 minutes is all it's taken for Wales to break through. They lead North Macedonia by a goal to nil.
Yeah, what a night. Captain fantastic if they want to win this game. First 17 minutes. Steps up. Lots of pressure. But of course, as Craig says, these players don't feel pressure. It's what they do. And he just slots it away down to the keeper's left-hand side. Lovely finish.
A little leap in the air as we see a replay of the penalty decision. Stochevsky it was who clipped David Brooks. Absolutely no doubt about it. And Wales lead by 1-0. That would be enough to clinch second spot in Group J and a home playoff semi-final in March.
It's the goal they needed. We said early goal settles everybody down, everyone in the stadium. What do now is concentrate. Given too many goals away in games so far this campaign. You keep a clean sheet tonight, you win the game.
Wilson is tripped there on the halfway line. It's Macedonia that now have to come out. We know how rugged they can be defensively. They are the team now who need something as the band sparks into life in the background here at the Cardiff City Stadium. Johnson on the far left, back to De Silva with midway in the North Macedonia half. It's not exactly crisp with the ball there. Sheehan does well to juggle with it, spin and fire it back to Darlow, the Wales goalkeeper. Williams now just over the halfway line. Dan James on the near right, shuffling infield. Wilson, and now Lawler. They work it to the left to De Silva. Johnson's waiting for it on the far touchline in front of that double-decker Ninian stand. Slowly comes forward, shuffles one way, then the next. There's no change from that fullback, so Wales will recycle it and back towards the halfway line in the centre circle with Joe Rodon. They're keeping the ball well. 20 minutes gone on BBC Radio Wales. It is Wales 1, North Macedonia 0. And they're looking over the top on the left for Johnson. He will keep it in. James has made the run. He pulls it back for Brandt! What a finish! And what a start to this game in the first 20 minutes. 2 goals for Wales. David Brooks doubles their advantage. And they take a firm grip on second spot in this group. It looks like being a home semi-final. 2-0 to Wales.
Yeah, just to kind of start. Wales needed, get the first goal, then don't sit back, press. A lovely run in behind from Brennan Johnson. It's what he does best. We've seen it so many times in his career. Notts Forest, Tottenham Hotspur. He just checks, runs in behind down that left-hand side, and then caresses the ball in, like you said, with that left foot. David Brooks, he's got time to think. It's on the bounce. He doesn't think I'm going to smash it. He just thinks, make a good contact, side foot into the ground, takes a slight deflection, but leaves the keeper with absolutely no chance.
And if you don't understand what Craig Bellamy's trying to do with his team, just watch this goal. The whole thing, the patience shown, the amount of passes before that ball goes in behind, the run in behind, the cut back from Brennan Johnson. Yes, gets a little bit of luck with the finish, David Brooks, but the patience shown in possession there, where we get the ball on the left-hand side. No, it's not on. We come back out. We go back to the centre-backs, out the other side, back into midfield. It's probably about 15, 20 passes there in that move for the goal. Then eventually it opens up with a run in behind, and we get the quality on the finish from David Brooks. Outstanding start from Wales to this game.
You can just feel all the nerves just evaporating from this crowd. However, what a through ball. Macedonia in, and Darlow slipped! And they've been pegged back almost straight away. What a response from North Macedonia. Miovski sent clear through, and it was Darlow that slipped, and it basically left Miovski with a tap in from inside the penalty area, and from a seemingly commanding position. It's game on again in Cardiff because it's 2-1.
Yeah, it is game on. I don't think Carl Darlow would have got there, to be honest with Miovski. He did have the run on him. He beat the back four, left Rodon for dead, straight down the centre of Wales. That'll be the most disappointing thing from Craig's point of view. And as you're thinking, right, stand up, Carl, try and make a save. He just slips at the vital time. And you have to say, Miovski kept his head well. Would have been easy to blast that. He just slotted it down to Carl Darlow's right-hand side.
And no sooner had the nerves evaporated, they're right back again. 2-1. And North Macedonia will sense they have an opportunity.
Yeah, and there is the flip side of us a little bit as well. That vulnerability now that we see defensively in recent games, and that is a really, really poor goal, by the way. When you look at where it starts, we try to get a press on at the front. Kai Wilson sells himself, no pressure on the ball. It's a great through ball, splits our two centre-backs. Miovski, there's no movement really, he's just standing in between Lawler and Rodon. It's a great through ball through the middle, and just as Carl Darlow's trying to back towards his own goal line there, he slips almost at the vital moment where Miovski's going to shoot, and it makes the finish a lot easier for him. Really poor goal to concede there. I have to go in 2-0 up. You know, you have to be concentrated, focused. Just caught with a really kind of square, high defensive line there. One ball through the middle.
We have had 3 goals in the last 5 minutes. Wales 2, North Macedonia 1. Well, that's a shaky ball by De Silva, almost pinched away from Roden, but he got there in the nick of time. That one is pinched before it reaches Dan James. And Roden's got work to do here. Back of his shirt is tugged and he's managed to wriggle away from trouble. And Williams will look for the pace of James. Macedonia come across, the keeper comes out of his penalty area and he's rather...
trying to buy a foul as well.
Well, he was very calm. Wales are taking the throw-in quickly on this near right-hand side. 2-1 the score, but the atmosphere and the pace of the game is absolutely electric here. They've worked it to Williams down the line on the right, pulls it back, It just takes it away from Cullen, collected by De Silva, helps it across goal for Johnson. He was blocked. The ball's still not away, it's sliced behind for a Wales corner.
Yeah, Brennan should have gone left foot. That's what he's holding his head. He's trying to open his body and let it run across him and side foot it. You're not going to get that time in the box. Take one step forward and just whip it with your left foot. Would have been better. But Wales got the pressure on again, got the press. Macedonia really struggling to cope with Wales when they go forward.
And the rain now falling here in Cardiff on this bitterly cold night. It's floated in from Brooks. It's Roden with a header, and it takes a deflection. It goes behind, and it took a hit off a Wales player. The referee having given the goal kick, as he now changed his mind. He's surrounded by players from both teams. The last touch we see on a replay definitely hits the white shirt of a North Macedonia player. It's Elmas, and it is in fact a Wales corner.
Yeah, I think he thought it had hit Cullen in the back of the head for a moment. It was Elmas, as you said.
Well, they tried from the far left, now the near right. Wilson, who put Wales ahead with that penalty, shuffling run. Curls it towards the back post. Again, Roden's the target. He heads it across goal. They've got it away, have North Macedonia. And De Silva's lost it. And now the counter-attack might be on. Wilson races back, having taken the corner to win it on the halfway line. Leading by example, the Wales captain this evening. It remains 2-1 to Wales. And this is Wilson again. Space for Johnson on the left. He's in field though, floats it over the top, looking back for Wilson, and he's well marshalled by the defender, who is Stokeshki of that occasion, and it is a goal kick. It's 27 minutes that have elapsed here, and it's enthralling stuff.
It certainly is, and it's just about Wales getting that kind of balance right, because you can't play 100 miles an hour for every second of the game, so there has to be spells where you're more balanced and you're sat in your shape and you're solid and you're difficult to kind of break down, and that's what we haven't quite got right in recent games. You know, it's been a very similar start to the Belgian game, where we started 100 miles an hour, got that early goal, and then kind of as the half went on, that tempo kind of dropped and we allowed the opposition a foothold in the game, and we kind of lost our way from there. Obviously that VAR decision didn't help us, but it's about getting that balance right. Went to be 100 miles an hour, which is causing North Macedonia a lot of issues, but you can't always be that way, and when you're not, you have to be organised and you have to work and try and win the ball back and try and control possession.
And that was what Craig Bellamy was at pains to point out yesterday. When the momentum shifts, that's when Wales need the supporters of this sold-out crowd. This is Johnson, wide on the left. Will he go around the outside this time? He will. And the cross actually deflects against his own legs.
Deflection, yeah.
And it's a goal kick to North Macedonia.
I don't mind that though, positive, right? Just get at the full back, take him on the outside as much as possible. Keeps him on eggshells all game.
Nice to see it, Blakey, I think, because I think we've been looking at Brennan Johnson and questioning that. Why is he not facing full-backs up and actually going 1v1? But certainly looks as if, I don't know if that's been the remit. You know, every time you get it, just be direct and get at the full-back. We've certainly seen it probably more in his opening 28 minutes than we've seen probably in the last, well, probably all qualifying campaign, to be honest with you.
And he's on the ball again. Wales is number 11. It's backwards on this occasion to Lawler in the centre circle. If you're just tuning in to us here on BBC Radio Wales, Craig Bellamy's team lead by 2 goals to 1. That's a lovely turn by Harry Wilson, and he's bursting into the box. What a run by the captain. He plays it across, it hits Dan James, and they've scrambled it away. He just ran out of road, Harry Wilson, having turned beautifully and then driven at the heart of the defence. He's a man on a mission tonight.
Harry Houdini, magical. What a beautiful first touch to himself round the corner. Absolutely superb.
He's unlucky, isn't he? Because it's on his right foot as he gets in the box. If he does that on the left-hand side of the box, for sure he shoots.
James chases to the corner flag, keeps it in play on this near right. Plays it low into the penalty, looking for Wilson. He doesn't get the last touch. And North Macedonia are all in white with this yellow trim. Will clear, it's held up well by Miovski. Bardi, the captain, turns in the centre circle looking for the ball over the top for Elmas, and he'll get there on the left. Miovski is lurking at the back post if the number 7 can find him. He cuts back to the edge of the penalty area, and Brennan Johnson is there to clear away.
Yeah, one straight ball from defence again. We've seen it probably 3 times now. They either play a little 1-2 on the edge of their own box and a straight ball down the middle to get out, or from the 18-yard box straight up to the striker. But there's got to be one defender in front and one behind him there. Can't afford to let him get chest control, bring players into play there.
Half an hour has flown by. 2-1 Wales lead. As it stands, that would be enough to finish group runners-up. That would mean they'd be in pot 2 for Thursday's playoff draw. That would mean a home semi-final. North Macedonia would be on their travels from pot 4. That's the simple part. Who they may play is the complicated part, which we'll explain at the end of the night. This is Johnson trying to help Wales restore their 2-goal cushion. Having the lion's share of possession, they've certainly regained control of the game. Certainly at 2-0, you would have expected perhaps Wales to go on and win comfortably, but that goal by Miovski has given them something to think about. This is Sheehan in midfield in the centre circle to Williams on this near side, and again it's patient. Lawler, De Silva, they work it to the left. Johnson stops the ball dead under the sole of his orange boots. And Wales are trying to draw out their opponents. That one bypasses Wilson and goes through to the keeper, Dimitrievski.
Had there been a runner, there's 4 or 5 of them up there. Had Cullen made a little run, or Brooks off Harry Wilson there, it would have been in.
Well, Wilson is playing as the false 9. We wondered if Brennan Johnson would play up front. And everything Wales have done well has gone through Harry Wilson and through this man, David Brooks, scorer of the 2nd goal. This is Nico Williams going round the outside on the near right. Plenty to aim at. He kids his fullback, rolls it under his boot, gets to the byline and forces another Wales corner.
Yeah, he done well in the end, didn't he? I have to say, every little bit of skill from Nico Williams. Starting off all over the place, doing windmills with his arm and everything.
One arm in the air from Harry Wilson on the near right side. Curls in the corner, which is headed away powerfully by North Macedonia. De Silva hooks it back high to Wilson, brilliantly takes it down, but Elmas gets a key toe to the ball and then does really well. You have to hand it to him. The number 7 with a bald head wins the throw.
Good player, do like him. That front 3, really good. He's controlled in possession, keeping a good shape, working hard. Lovely bit of Jack and Jill at times.
Belgium are 2-0 up against Liechtenstein. The most unlikely of dreams is over. And Jeffrey Doku, who absolutely terrorised Wales here last month, has got the 2nd of those goals. It's still Scotland 1, Denmark 0 at Hampden Park. That means Scotland will be qualifying automatically as it stands for next year's World Cup. Their first since 1998. Any equaliser for Denmark and they'll be in the playoffs with Wales. 2-1 Wales lead here in Cardiff. This is Nico Williams coming forward from fullback. Gets it back into the penalty area. Oh, strikes the base of the post. What a brilliant Wales move. And Nico Williams is so unlucky to not be making it 3-1.
Absolutely brilliant 1-2 from Williams there. Kept his run going. Warranted a goal really for the quality.
I think that's an outstanding save, boys. When you saved that onto the post.
But Wales still with the ball. Brooks with some skill. Is he brought down on the edge of the box? Referee in the yellow shirt says no. Wonderful bit of play by Almi there to kid the defender. It's back with the goalkeeper. We've yet to see a replay of that effort. If he did get a touch on it, what a save as that struck the base of Dimitrievski's left-hand post. This is Johnson. The ball still hasn't got out of play. It's been 100 miles an hour, action-packed first half here in Cardiff with Wales leading 2-1. Johnson and De Silva exchange passes before he whips it into the penalty area. Cleared, hacked back into the sky by Sheehan. And Johnson will battle to keep it in. And he goes out of play, but he gets the throw. And now we will see this wonderful move, searing burst. And Danny Gavidon is absolutely spot on. What a save by Dimitrievski. He gets a clear hand. That was a certain goal. And how big a save might that be? Final 9 minutes of this first half. Wales 2-1 ahead, in possession with De Silva. Johnson on the left, drives inside now. Cuts still going, lining up the shot. And it's what a goal by Brennan Johnson! From 25 yards, it rockets into the top corner and brings this stadium to its feet. Brennan Johnson for Wales, it's 3-1.
Absolutely superb. Said before the game, we're talking to Ian Hunt, said the only thing that can get you back into form, get your confidence back, is yourself. And that's beautiful. Picks it up on the right hand side, lovely dribble, runs at the defender, cuts inside, unleashes a right foot shot, takes a little deflection, I have to say just a slight deflection, but I don't think the keeper was saving it had it not. Oh, well, he got a fingertip to it, the keeper, in fairness. Absolutely brilliant finish. Deserved the luck.
Brennan Johnson, where's that been? I knew you had it in you. He's been so positive tonight, so different. Like the attitude changed from him. Every time he's picked the ball up on our left-hand side, he's looking to turn, he's looking to run and make things happen. And you make your own luck then when you're positive and you're trying to make things happen. He cuts inside, he's got bodies around him. He could have laid it off square. Decides to take the strike on, gets a little bit of luck with that deflection, it flies into that top corner. That front four is causing all kinds of problems. It really is been electric.
How he needed that, how Wales needed that, but it's a slip again, and it's Miofsky inside the penalty area, but they've moved away from goal this time, and the pass is out of play. Nico Williams losing his footing. Wales got away with that one. But 3-1, if they can keep this 2-goal lead before half-time, they really are in the driving seat.
Yeah, it's so important to get that third goal.
And that's wonderful from Brooks, and now James. And they're terrorising them once more. And James just plays the pass, gets too much on it, out the feet of Brooks. Said a few moments ago, everything that Wales have done well has come through Harry Wilson, but actually James, Brooks and Johnson, as Danny Gavidon alluded to, are causing this rugged defence problems. They conceded 3 goals all campaign before tonight, and they've conceded 3 in the first 37 minutes in this first half.
Yeah, it's just the pace, isn't it? They can't handle Brennan Johnson, Harry Wilson, Brooksy, and of course Dan James. They just can't handle that pace. Big physical players. Like I said, Danny made the point, physically they look like they can outpower Wales, but athleticism, the speed kills, doesn't it? Absolutely kills.
Mismatch in terms of that.
And it's Algoja Milevski, the coach, who needs to have some thinking time at half-time, as North Macedonia have it wide on the far right, towards the edge of the Wales penalty area. 5.5 minutes left of this first half. It's into the box, it's gone past everyone to the edge of the penalty area. The fullback's lining up a blockbuster, and it does take a touch on the way. Despite the ironic cheers, it's behind for North Macedonia's first corner of the game.
Yeah, I thought Sochevsky should have taken a touch there. He was a bit ambitious from the angle he was on. Ball spinning all over the place, but yeah, it does take a little deflection. Wales just got to see this out to the half-time now. Make sure they don't concede any goals.
That would change the equation again if they do. It goes short to Almi. It's a teasing, curling cross. It's headed away by Roden. North Macedonia will have it again. It's a fine pass once more into the penalty area, and it's a spin and an attempted cross by the defender who stayed forward. Velkovsky deflects off Roden for another corner.
Yeah, just got to be careful these short corners. Can't let a player like Almaz have that sort of space to just feed the ball into your box, because he was probably 2 or 3 inches from being a wonderful ball in.
Belgium 3, Liechtenstein 0. In comes the corner, headed away at the near post by De Silva, and surely that strikes the hand of Brooks. He can complain. It's the clearest handball you wish to see in the two number 7s battle, and it's a free kick to North Macedonia, 5 or 10 yards outside the corner of the penalty area on the near left-hand side, with the score at 3-1 to Wales here on BBC Radio Wales, with less than 4 minutes left of normal time in this first half. And this is a nervy moment. Plenty making their way down the stairs to jump the queue, plenty on their feet, holding their breath. From the near side, this left, it's curled in, it's curled towards goal, and Darlow's almost caught out by Bardi, scuttles across goal to tip it behind for a corner.
Yeah, he's dangerous from set pieces, Bardi, and he's almost done Darlow there. Great feet movement from Darlow to get across his goal, but ooh, that was close.
Bardi will take the corner from the near left. It's low to the near post, easily cleared into the Cardiff night sky by De Silva. It's nodded back to Bardi. He'll get to the byline. He's in the penalty area. He chips it to the back post. It's gone out of play. It's a goal kick to Wales. Austria have equalised against Bosnia. That means they now will regain top spot in Group H. That is one of 2 winner-takes-all ties this evening. Scotland still leading Denmark 1-0. They will win Group C as it stands. 2.5 minutes left of the first half in Cardiff. Wales 3, North Macedonia 1. As it stands, Wales taking the runners-up spot in Group J. And Belgium 3-0 up against Liechtenstein. It was unlikely before the game that they would drop any points. They're certainly not going to drop any from that position. They are going to qualify automatically for North America next summer. It's Darlow in possession. He's come all the way out of his penalty area to roll it to Roden. And James in space, hugging the touchline on the near right side. And he goes round the outside, he drives and clips in a decent ball into the box. Too high for Cullen. Headed away by North Macedonia, and this is Elmas, the number 7. And the referee's going to bring it back for a foul.
Yeah, it's just Sheehan just holding up Bardi there. Good foul to give away. It slows the game down. Nothing malicious in it, so you're not going to get a yellow card.
But Danny, this Wales first half, bar the obvious slip and for Miovski's goal, it couldn't have gone any better.
Been very, very good. I think the balance has been good in terms of controlling possession and attempt with the game, but then that front four just kind of bringing the game to life with their energy and the movement and the positivity.
This is a cross in towards the penalty. 2-2. Miovski just for a second thought was going to get on the end of it. It was too high for him. Dan James is bundled over and it's a free kick.
And they've been really kind of direct and positive, which we ain't always seen from some of our attacking players. I just think the balance has been very, very good. Obviously, the goal conceded was a disappointing one. We could have done a lot better with that, but I think we've been full value for the 3-1 this first half. There's been some really good football played, and as I said, that kind of front floor has really kind of come to life. They've been really
they nearly had to start well, didn't they, Dan? They've started on fire, like we said before the game. They needed to sort that Croatia sort of start where they just blast you and just smother you.
And that Austria equaliser I told you about has been ruled out by VAR, so it's Bosnia once more who are top of that group and qualifying automatically. And Turkey have equalised against Spain. They need to score another hatful to top that group. Wales are doing what they need to do so far tonight to get second spot in Group J and a home semi-final. They have been positive, they have been pacey, and at times rip-roaring. They lead by 3-1. Harry Wilson with a penalty, David Brooks with a second. Miovski pulled one back before an absolute screamer from Brennan Johnson, who will be the last Wales player in red to leave the field. Back to his best perhaps, and Wales back to their best under Craig Bellamy. Still work to do, but a commanding position at half-time. They lead North Macedonia by 3-1.
Well, if they don't go on to win this game from here, maybe they don't deserve to go to the World Cup. What a first half for Wales. Absolutely brilliant, and a relaxed feel around the Cardiff City Stadium once again, with that 2-goal cushion restored. And as the players head into the changing room, the fans, you can see the fans around us, they just look so content with what they've seen. Danny Gabardon and Nathan Blake. And I wonder, Danny, whether we have seen the dream front three for Wales' future there. He's rotated those forward options, Kiefer Moore and Harry Wilson, David Brooks, Dan James, whoever it might be, Liam Cullen, Mike Harris. But this front three have been fantastic.
Yeah, I think you can almost kind of call it a front four, really. And they've been electric. Caused so many problems, the movement, the pace, the athleticism. This is a North Macedonia team that have only conceded 3 goals in this qualifying campaign, and we've just stuck 3 on them in the first half. And
they haven't conceded away from home at all.
Well, and you kind of wonder why, because we've caused them so many problems, and that's credit to us. The game plan's been outstanding. I think some of the football we played, the control football that we've played, the patience that we've shown, but then we've kind of got the ball into those 4 players, and they've just been so positive. Every time David Brooks is getting on it, Dan James, Brennan Johnson, they're turning and facing, and they're looking to make things happen. And it's a defender's worst nightmare. There's nothing worse than attacking players who want to get at you every time they get the ball. And I think we're full value for that 3-1. It's been an outstanding first half performance.
Yeah, 68% possession for Wales, 8 shots, Nathan, 4 on target, and control is the word as well, isn't it? They've had really good control of the game.
Yeah, we said before the game, Ian, we needed them to start like they did against Croatia and other games we've seen them at home over the last 4 or 5 years. When they start at a high tempo and press, and really they just smother teams. And a lot of it goes through Harry Wilson. He sets the tone a lot, and he did today. That captaincy, great evening for him, great for his family, but he's been unbelievable. But Brennan Johnson, we have to give a big shout out to him. We questioned him before the game, when is he going to get back in form? And right from the get-go, first minute or two, straight at the full-back. Show the full-back, I'm not going to give you a minute's rest today, I'm going to get at you. And then on this side, the right-hand side, Dan James doing exactly the same thing. Brooksy floating around in the hole, getting behind people, Nico Williams overlapping. It's just been a brilliant performance from Wales.
Yeah, it looks like he's arrived or returned, doesn't it, Brennan Johnson? Fantastic first half for him. Harry Wilson's 15th goal in 67 games. His 10th goal since Gareth Bale retired, so it underlines just how important he has been since the superstar packed it all in. He equals John Charles and Kiefer Moore, by the way, with that 15th. One away from entering the top 10 alongside the legend that is Mark Hughes. Half-time in Liège, Belgium 3, Liechtenstein 0. So I think we can forget about Liechtenstein doing us a big favour, an unexpected win over Belgium. It looks like they are going to go through as group winners. Vanaken and Doku with the goals, so they top the table. Doku 2 goals in that first half, by the way. Wales second as it stands then, as they lead 3-1. North Macedonia will drop to third in the table. Kazakhstan and Liechtenstein below them. So Belgium set to take one of the 5 final spots up for grabs tonight. Other scores elsewhere: Scotland leading through a quite brilliant overhead kick through Scott McTominay. Brilliant goal that is, if you can see that online. The winner takes all match, remember. If they win, they will qualify for the first World Cup since 1998. A draw would be enough for Denmark. Half-time in Austria, Bosnia leading by a goal to nil. That's another winner takes all game. A draw would be enough for Austria. Goals between Kosovo and Switzerland. The Swiss will qualify unless they lose by 6. Spain will qualify unless they lose by 7. They're being held at the moment 1-1 at home to Turkey. So the second half on the way then, going well so far, 3-1. Any more goals to come? We'll find out shortly after the latest Radio Wales news, weather and travel with Olivia Grist.
This is Radio Wales on BBC Sounds, or ask your smart speaker to play BBC Radio Wales.
BBC News for Wales at 37 minutes past 8. This is Olivia Grist. Within the last hour, US politicians have voted to release files held by the Department of Justice relating to the sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. President Trump, who denies any wrongdoing in relation, had called for his own party to support releasing the documents, after weeks of claiming the vote was a distraction by Democrats. Nomi Iqbal is following developments on Capitol Hill.
It has gone over that threshold, which means that the House has passed the Epstein Files Transparency Act. It's not over. The next step will be for the Senate to take it up. The Senate Majority Leader, John Thune, will decide when that will be. The Republicans control the Senate. If it passes in the Senate, it will then land on Donald Trump's desk to sign.
A man from Wrexham has admitted selling assisted suicide chemicals online. 33-year-old Miles Cross pleaded guilty at Mould Crown Court to 4 counts of intentionally committing an act capable of encouraging or assisting suicide. He'll be sentenced in January. The Chinese embassy in London has criticised what it called malicious slander after the security service MI5 raised the alarm about spying. MPs, peers and parliamentary staff have been warned about 2 figures on the networking site LinkedIn, who are said to be trying to collect information for Beijing. Henry Zeffman says the warning will bring back some difficult memories for the UK government.
I think the political debate is very quickly going to move onto where it was just a few weeks ago when that case of a couple of men who were accused and denied spying for China collapsed, which is the government doing enough to combat China diplomatically? And can you simultaneously have a posture like this from your intelligence services while also economically hoping for investment from China?
And the resale of music, theatre and sport tickets for more than face value is set to be banned by the UK government to protect fans from overinflated prices. The measures have been met with some concern from ticket touts and resale sites, who say this could push customers to unregulated platforms. That's the BBC News for Wales. It's 39 minutes past 8.
BBC Radio Wales Travel.
And good evening, I'm Johnny Ratner. The M48 has now been closed over the Severn Bridge from Wales into England for the overnight works, and staying over the border, the M5 is shut southbound 14 to 15 towards the M4 northwest of Bristol, also for the overnight works, and Transport for Wales not running on the City line between Cardiff Queen Street and Cardiff Bay for those engineering works. And that's the very latest from BBC Radio Wales Travel.
BBC Radio Wales Weather.
Tonight then we'll see a mixture of clear spells, variable cloud and blustery showers moving in from the north. Those showers will turn to sleet and snow over northern hills with lows of -1 to 2 degrees Celsius. And that's your forecast.
Your team for Welsh sport. BBC Radio Wales Sport.
Good evening, welcome back. Half-time in Wales' final day shootout for second in the World Cup group, and a dream start at Craig Bellamy's side.
Harry Wilson, what a night already for him, captaining his country, and he stands hands on hips, comes forward now, left-footed, no mistake, and it feels like another one of those nights in Cardiff. Johnson, he will keep it in. James has made the run, he pulls it back for Brandt. What a finish!
Yeah, 2 quickfire goals to get the sellout Cardiff crowd on their feet, but then the nerves again as Macedonia catch Wales cold at the back.
Oh, what a through ball. Macedonia in, and Dolan slipped! And they've been pegged back almost straight away. What a response from North Macedonia, and from a seemingly commanding position. It's game on again in Cardiff because it's 2-1.
But the 2-goal cushion restored, and a moment of magic. Johnson
on the left, drives inside now, but still going, lining up the shot, and what a goal by Brennan Johnson from 25 yards. It rockets into the top corner and brings this stadium to its feet.
Yeah, Wales comfortably in front at the break, and elsewhere tonight, great Scott McTominay with a stunner at Hampden to put Scotland on the brink of qualification.
Gannon's up right into the penalty area, crossing, overhead kick, that is sensational from Scott McTominay, the roar around Hampden Park.
This is BBC Radio Wales Sport
with Ian Hunt.
Yeah, good evening to you. Welcome back to the Cardiff City Stadium. You're listening to BBC Radio Wales, Sounds and 5 Sports Extra, and it is all going well for Craig Bellamy and his team in the quest to finish second in the World Cup qualifying group, Group J, to get an easier home draw in the playoffs next March. They lead North Macedonia 3-1 at half-time. Harry Wilson with a penalty, David Brooks and Brennan Johnson, the goal scorers this evening. So far, second half commentary is on the way. Elsewhere in Liège tonight, Belgium 3-0 up at home to Liechtenstein. Doku with 2 goals in that first half, so they are well on course to finish as the group winners. BBC Radio Wales then here tonight for the football, and on Saturday the Wales Rugby Internationals will continue with the game against New Zealand, one of the big ones this autumn for Wales at the Principality Stadium. But the bad news for Wales is that the wing Josh Adams has been suspended for the rest of the autumn series after his red card in the narrow win over Japan last Saturday. So the ban will cover Saturday's test against the All Blacks and the finale against South Africa. We will be there though from 2 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, and we've also got 4 Football League commentaries as well to bring you. Wrexham, Swansea, Cardiff City and Newport County, all teams back in action after the international break. Well, the international break for Wales has comprised so far a 1-0 win in Liechtenstein, and tonight so far a 3-1 lead over North Macedonia. So let me bring in Nathan Blake once again, and Danny. Oh, he's not here, is he? He'll be back in a moment. Gone down to get a coffee or something. We were, as you said, Nath. We talked about Brennan Johnson before the game, and are we going to get one of those moments? We talked about it so much on this programme. Perceived as the sort of big star of the team, although we can say that Harry Wilson really has become that since Gareth Bale retired. But how good was he, do you think, in that first half? How much confidence to cut in from the left and to get that shot away on his right?
No, look, he can do it. I think that's the frustrating thing. People know what he's capable of. They've seen it in the Premier League. They've seen it with Nottingham Forest. They've seen it with Tottenham Hotspur. And we've seen it with Wales in the past, but we hadn't seen it for quite some time because he's not in form, or he wasn't in form. But as I said before the game, Ian, only yourself can play yourself into form. No one's going to be able to do anything for you once you cross that white line. So, I think the way he approached the game right from the get-go was so positive. Every time he was getting the ball, he was making grounds. I think I only seen him receive the ball once and pass it backwards in that 45 minutes when, usually if he has the ball 10 times in that position, he passes it back probably 6 or 7, maybe 8 times of late. But tonight, straight from the get-go, right from the first whistle, he's trying to get in behind people. He's running at people, dribbling at people, and we just see how devastating he can be. It was a great finish, great run, and I'm so pleased for him because now you expect him to kick on and kick back into form with that.
Yeah, a bit of brilliant performance from him. Harry Wilson, David Brooks looking in good shape as well, isn't he? All playing well tonight, that front three. And worth touching on, Mark, the scenario, the playoff scenario, as it stands, because why not? Wales are 2 goals in front. If they don't go on to win it from here, well, it'll be hugely disappointing. So at the moment, they finish as runners-up in Group J. They'd be seeded in Pot 2 for the playoffs, which would mean a home semi-final against the side from Pot 3. And as it stands, the possible semi-final opponents look like this: Albania, Kosovo, Republic of Ireland and Slovakia. I'm sure you're following all of this, yeah?
Yes, but elsewhere the picture changes. With one result, it affects about 2 or 3 teams. I don't think we should be too concerned about that. Let's just get the job done first before we start thinking who it's going to be for Wales. Home advantage, whoever they're playing, is going to be absolutely crucial.
It certainly will be, and they will take place in March, of course, the semi-finals and the final, as Wales come back out, and Macedonia, who, remember, have not lost a single game yet in this qualifying campaign. They've not conceded a single goal away from home. They've looked impressive in their matches against Belgium, but tonight it is Wales who are firmly in control. Craig Bellamy loving those goals in the first half there as they went in, celebrating them as much as anyone in this sellout Cardiff City Stadium crowd did. Zombie Nation again at half-time. We'll go through all of that again after the game, by the way, once we know all of the results as they come in over the course of the evening, and once we know what's happened in the final game, the final 45 minutes of this group. But can Wales get even more comfortable on the route to hopefully a home semi-final next spring? Final 45 minutes of this winter then, ready to go. Second half commentary, Nathan Blake, Danny Gabadon and Mark Poyser. Wales 1, Wales 3, North Macedonia 1. Let's get the score right.
Could scare everyone, Ian. They are ahead. They're doing what they need to do so far. And North Macedonia, who started the second half, have just worked it out and passed it straight out of play for a throw-in. So Wales are back in possession with this 2-goal cushion as they look for victory, which would secure a home semi-final in the playoffs. We have played 30 seconds of this second period. There are no changes to either side, so it's as you were in the first half. Wales once more in their new all-red strip with the white trim, the green hoop around the centre of the shirt, and they once more have Darlow in goal, Williams, Lawler, Roden and De Silva, and then it's Sheehan with Cullen, Brooks, James and Johnson, and it's Wilson who's playing as the furthest player forward for Wales. North Macedonia all in white, Dimitrievski in goal, Ilievski, Belkovsky, Zaikov and Ashkovsky, Almi, Stukeshki, and then Kostadinov, Bardi and Elmas behind Miovski, who scored their goal. 3-1 Wales lead, 90 seconds into the second half. Can they finish off the job?
Yeah, I mean, we've waxed lyrical about the front four, but mentioned young Dylan Lawler, De Silva coming in, Cullen.
As Wilson is, Brooks is barged into on the edge of the box. The Dutch referee tells him to get on with it. It's North Macedonia who have it all to do, and surely that will mean gaps, Nathan and Danny, as the second half wears on.
Yeah, they've got to go for it. It's as simple as that. Like I said, the likes of Sheehan just marshal things in there. Done well this evening. Cullen done well. De Silva, Lawler. These fringe kind of players at the moment, all done brilliantly tonight. Just want to make sure they don't concede no more goals, because if they were to get a second, then things would be a bit nervy for a little bit, I think. But this boy's on fire.
And can they get another one? And this boy in particular is Brennan Johnson. He stopped in his tracks midway inside the North Macedonia half for a throw. If you weren't with us in the first half, that third goal, an absolute screamer. Arguably his best for Wales. You can watch it, the clip of his and all Wales's goals on the live page on the BBC Sport Wales website. Games on BBC One Wales here. We are on BBC Radio Wales, on digital radio, digital television, 882 on medium wave, on the BBC Sounds app on your smartphone or tablet, and on 5 Sports Extra. All bases covered here for this huge match. And at the moment it's leading to another big night in Cardiff in March for the playoff semi-final, but there's still work to do. They're looking for James on the right. He's causing the defender a problem, who throws himself to the floor in hope rather than expectation, and Wales get the throw.
Yeah, it's pretty pathetic, wasn't it, for a centre? These centre-halves, I tell you what.
Took 16 minutes in the first half, 3.5 in the second, as Wales get a corner.
Not as tough as we used to be, Blakey.
Absolutely not, Dad. Absolutely not. I mean, we've seen it from the goalkeeper as well. Like, threw himself to the ground in the first half.
So Wales corner, in it goes, flicked on at the near post and past everyone. It was Cullen who tried the deftest of touches with his right boot. Not the right angle from where we're sitting to see how close it was. Liam Cullen's reaction suggests it was. I think he missed it altogether, in fact.
He did, yeah. Had he got a little touch on that, deflected it goalwards, could have been a problem for the keeper.
It is 3-1 to Wales.
He's done well tonight, Sheehan. Fair play. And let's not forget, he's in there sat on his own. He's not got a partner next to him. I think that might help Wales as they step up, Dan, to have someone along, two centre midfielders to stop those balls going down the centre and runners in behind them. But on his own, he's done pretty good tonight.
Yeah, it might be something that Craig Benning looks at as the game goes on. Maybe he wants to just secure that midfield area a bit more and play with a little bit more of a two. But at the minute, just sitting there with that one, controlling possession really well. It's working really well. I think we do need to give a shout out to them too, because coming into this game, we were looking at the midfield area and thinking who's actually going to play in there, obviously with the two suspensions. But I think they've done a really good job in up until now in terms of kind of retaining possession, ticking things over. The second half, it is about that still, but also maybe a little bit about those second balls as well, making sure you're in the right positions, just keeping that pressure on North Macedonia.
3-1, they lead. And North Macedonia have seen enough. Just 5 minutes into the second half, they're preparing a change. As they work it wide, do the visitors to the far left. They're going from left to right in the second half towards their small band of followers, all clad in red and yellow underneath the colour scoreboard and the big red clock. And there's more space far left. Williams has to get across and had to get that one right, and did.
What a tackle. When you leave the opponent on the floor.
Oh, but then Wales have given it away on the edge of their own penalty area. And there's space on the edge of the box. This is Bardi, the captain, shuffling one way, and he ran into traffic. Should have shot first time. It allows Wales to counter-attack. James has somehow kept hold of it. Pass two. He's got Brooks and Wilson with him. It's Brooks on the right to the edge of the box. He's going to go himself. It shoots, it ricochets. He's still going, and he forces a fine save from the keeper over the top. It's a Wales corner from one end to the other.
Yeah, it's like a basketball match, isn't it? Wales defending and then quickly counter-attacking. And James as well again, but Brooksy, he's got one thing in his mind: I'm going to beat the defender. Lovely little shimmy. Gets the shot away. It actually rebounds off his nose, I think.
Still had it under control. And the North Macedonia player who was down is back up on his feet. They're readying two changes here. In comes the corner, high and almost onto the head of Rodin before the keeper got there in time. Kamili and Cherlinov are waiting to come on. And we just saw an example in that last Wales attack of those spaces that may well appear as they commit more men forward.
Yeah, it was a good passage of play, Mark, wouldn't it? Because just looked like North Macedonia. Bardi might have an opportunity themselves. Should have shot on his right foot, tried to be clever and checked back on his left. The chance went, and then within 5 seconds, we're down the other end, and David Brooks is having a chance himself. And those transitions, we didn't really see them on Saturday, did we?
No,
different personnel.
The performance was too lethargic.
Yeah, it was
too
slow.
and it's a mentality thing, right? When you're playing at the Premier League club, say Championship club, and you've got to go in the FA Cup down to League One, League Two. You think to yourself, oh, let's just get through it. I think it was that sort of attitude. But this game tonight, they know so much was riding on it. They had to start on fire, and they've been brilliant.
Those are the voices of Danny Gabidon and Nathan Blake alongside me here at the Cardiff City Stadium. That's a nice move for De Silva into the penalty area, tries to pull it back. It's the right idea. It's collected by Brooks, who's encouraged to shoot. Tried to play a 1-2 with James on the edge of the penalty area. It's more outrageous skill on the edge of his own box by Elmas. It's given away though. Wales will pounce forward. Out to Wilson, corner of the box. Cuts in, tries to hook it in towards Cullen and almost caresses it into his path. It goes behind for a goal kick. Here come the changes. Churlinov is coming on for Kostadinov. And Stokevski will be replaced by Lirim Kamili. And these are attacking changes by Blagoja Milevski, the North Macedonian manager.
By the way, that wasn't booing for anyone at home just a moment ago. It was huge, about 4 players. Sounded like it was booing.
Well, you can tell the crowd are encouraging themselves, but whoever's got the ball on the edge of the box, they want them to have a pop. And it's been everything tonight that it wasn't in Vaduz on Saturday.
It's interesting now, they've gone 4 up top. They're really going for it. And 4 up top means there's more space in midfield. Sheehan should be easier to control and maintain things in there. Cullen floating around. But you do have to be aware, you can't afford to concede the second goal, I don't think, Wales.
Belgium have got a 4th against Liechtenstein. So the dream of winning the group, which was unlikely to start with, is well and truly over.
Yeah, I think that was Ian Hunt was putting that dream out there, wasn't he? We didn't fall for it though. Held strong. Wishful. Not impossible, but highly, highly unlikely.
As it stands, it will be a home playoff semi-final, and that, whilst they haven't completed the job yet, would be absolutely enormous.
Well, you take that, won't you? That's exactly what you want in that situation. Rather be at home than away. Simple as that.
Right now, Scotland are not even making do with the playoffs. They still lead 1-0 against Denmark. That will be enough to clinch them automatic qualification. Bosnia joining them as well at the moment, leading against Austria. Here come Wales into the box. Thrilling move, James! Absolutely sensational football from Wales! I've made no doubt about it now. Wales are going to finish second in this group. Wales will be at home in the semi-final. Craig Bellamy dances down the touchline in delight. A superb team goal. Wales 4, North Macedonia 1.
Well, Chris Watham on the weekend said something to me about Arsenal 1-0. What I would say is, it's like watching Brazil. It's absolutely like watching Brazil. Beautiful run, lovely little back heel. Wilson, I tell you what, make him captain all the time. And let his son come in with his little armband as well, because his performance has been outrageous. Wales just, that's sensational. It's just, you can't live with that. Those players up front, 4 of them. Brooksy's behind him if he misses it. It's just absolutely, like Dan said earlier, the goals, 2 or 3 of the goals now have been so many players have touched the ball, or great movement, great passing. That is just another example. Brilliant goal.
Well, Brennan Johnson's was an individual screamer. That had everything. Brooks to Wilson to James. And it's party time inside this stadium now. And what a team performance this has been so far.
It's been sensational. You know, we've absolutely ripped them apart, to be honest with you. Some of our football's been outstanding. I think North Macedonia, they just kind of brought a couple of substitutes on and switched system to a bit more kind of a 4-2-3-1, but they've just not been able to live with the energy, the pace of Wales, the passing, the movement. Even when Daniel James scores that goal there, there's 4 or 5 Wales players in the box looking to score. You know, the bravery shown from us, and you know, we're throwing bodies forward and we want to attack, and some of the football on top of that has been a joy to watch.
Well, they've matched the 4 that they got against Iceland in November 2024, and they are the highest ranked nation that Wales have beaten since Craig Bellamy took over, in 70th position. North Macedonia are 65th, and Wales are taking them to the cleaners at the moment as Turkey lead in Seville by 2-1 against Spain. They're going to need plenty more if they want to somehow win that group. Cullen is brought down by an increasingly desperate North Macedonian defence. Belgium 6, Liechtenstein 0. And this is Roden for Wales, all in red, kicking towards the Canton stand, and every single person in that stand on their feet. More North Macedonian changes coming. And Wales have made a mockery of this defensive record that they've enjoyed. This is Johnson on the left, step overs and cutting in, curling towards the back post. James with the header, and it hits the defender and goes behind, and he knows he should have done better. Could have been a 5th. It's a corner instead.
Yeah, he might need a bit of work with that heading. He'll know that.
They've taken the corner quickly to the edge of the penalty area to Williams, curled in, and it just goes past Cullen and behind for a goal kick. Denmark are having a penalty VAR check at Hampden. Scotland leading 1-0 and currently winning that group, as 2 more North Macedonian changes are coming on, and they wait to start the game, or restart the game, with a goal kick. And it's cleared straight onto the chest of Sheehan. Won back by Aulimi, straight to Sheehan once more. Remember, Wales tonight are without Aaron Ramsey, Ben Davis, Ben Cabango, Kiefer Moore, Ethan Ampadu and Jordan James. And to produce this performance takes some doing.
Pressure? What pressure?
Well, he was spot on, wasn't he?
I eat pressure for breakfast.
Belgium 7, Liechtenstein 0.
Yeah,
as you two
both
give Ian had another glance. 4 goals in 7 minutes, I've just been told.
Whoopsie.
Brennan Johnson skins his fullback on the left, scuttles forward into the box, gets it back. He's still going as it ricochets. This is Brooks. Stops the ball dead, not sure what to do. And North Macedonia have been able to somehow regain control of the ball. The Denmark penalty has been given at Hampden. Denmark 1-0 down. A goal would take them back to the top of the group and would see them qualify.
Oh, these games are so tight, aren't they? Come on, Scotland, get over the line.
We thought that this was going to be tight and tense, and Craig Bellamy's team have made a mockery of it. Wales also readying 2 changes. We've played 62 minutes here on BBC Radio Wales, and it is 4-1 to Craig Bellamy's team. And their turn now is to sit in a low block. And the penalty, Rasmus Højlund has scored. It's 1-1 at Hampden Park. Scotland are in the playoffs as it stands.
Ready in a couple of subs here, Craig Bellamy. If you're an attacking player, it's one of those games where you don't want to come off.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Sorba Thomas and Nathan Broadhead waiting to come on. We'll see 4 substitutes in total in the very near future. This is Cherlinov finding a pocket of space across the edge of the penalty area. Cleared by Lawler. Back out to the far left. Bardi, the conductor, trying to create something for the visitors. Elimi. Every red shirt now behind the ball as they have it on the edge of the Wales penalty area. Bardi once more tries to kill it at the top, but almost did do for Miofsky. And Jay De Silva with a timely touch, and Darlow's actually kept it in and clutches it to his chest.
I thought, if he wasn't there, the cross was so good. Silva, brilliant.
Had to get there, didn't he?
Yeah.
See a lot of fullbacks there kind of switch off and maybe try and hold the line. The striker runs off the back of them and then it's just a free chance, but he actually follows the run. And a really important defensive header there.
Dan James is being replaced by Sorba Thomas.
Acting in his place, leading now on the right team, Sorba Thomas. Evan Gallagher, field recovery, inside David Brooks. Acting in his place, Lieutenant Chief Nathan Broadhead.
Nathan Broadhead replaces David Brooks. The hesitation was the fourth official not messing about whatsoever with that board. Up like lightning, those substitutes were.
Number 15, Alvin Rastoda. Also leading the field with number 16, Istik
Alimi off.
And will be replaced by number 21, Yanni Atanasov.
Yanni Atanasov on. And the other change.
That's the quickest I've ever seen it.
He caught me out. I'm still trying to work out the other.
Yeah, no, I got 3 of them.
There's no messing about. Up. If you didn't see your number, tough.
Yeah.
We've got the Wales changes. Number 15, Rastoda, has come on too. We'll have to work it out by elimination. This is Broadhead for Wales, who lead 4-1 here on BBC Radio Wales. Williams on the edge of the North Macedonian penalty area. Wilson ricochets off a couple of legs, collected by Roden wide on the right. There's a clever ball in field to Williams. It's back behind Thomas though. And I think Bardi's just about kept it in front of that double-decker Ninian stand. And the throw, well, the assistant gave it Wales's way, and then he's changed his mind.
My friend has been the most it's a bit surprising.
As we see a shot of Rhian Wilkinson on the monitor. She is here tonight. It was Miofsky who made way for Rastoda. So we're all now present and correct. Wales leading by 4-1. De Silva for Wales, who are in total control. Roden on the halfway line. If more gaps appear, you would fancy Wales to get more. Out to Johnson, who plucks it out of the sky, and then, having done the hard bit,
plays it. So what have we done there? What have we just done? I've just gone from like an international worldie to a pub player. What was I doing? What was I thinking? Just overload, system overload. It can happen. It can happen. Done it myself many a times. What you're supposed to do is look at the ground as if it was a bobble.
So that's what I was doing wrong.
Yes, yes. I'll do what Paul Lynch used to do and blame you for not reading it. You kicked it out of touch just yet there.
He tried to pass it, that was the problem, I think.
Yeah.
It's been direct all night, he wasn't used to passing the ball.
Yeah.
Nathan Blake and Danny Gabardon enjoying themselves tonight, and why wouldn't they? It has been the best performance so far. And certainly, at the moment, the best result under Craig Bellamy. Denmark now are down to 10 men at Hampden Park. It is 1-1. Scotland have to win to qualify automatically for the World Cup. Anything else, they'll be in the playoffs. This is Lawler under pressure and shows composure way beyond his years.
Like it.
Dropped the shoulder, left the attacker for dead and played a calm pass out. Wales could have a player on their hands here.
Accomplished, isn't he?
It ricochets out to De Silva. It's all inside the North Macedonian half. Spain and Turkey, by the way, is 2-2. Turkey will be in pot 1. And they will be avoiding Wales in the semi-finals. This is Sheehan. And his shirt tugged back, and the Dutch referee does give Wales a free kick.
It's lovely football again, though. You know, they just sat in that kind of 4-4-2 system, North Macedonia, which has suited them so well up until this point, and you know, they're quite rigid with it, but the way we've just kind of picked them apart has been fantastic. Our movement and the fluidity, and you know, everybody's been in sync and playing with confidence on the same page, and they've just not been able to handle it.
Free kick from the near left. Wales want more. Thomas and Wilson over it. It's Wilson who clips it backwards. Not a great free kick. And Bardi can lead the charge. He's cleared it straight into the face of Sorba Thomas. They appeal for a handball. Wilson's got it on the corner of the penalty area. Cullen is inside the box, driving it. Ricochets back to Johnson. All on this near left side. And they're finding space. Cullen. And he tried to pick the pass to Wilson. It was well read. And North Macedonia have lost it once more. The referee's giving them a free kick. That looked incredibly harsh.
Gaps everywhere in there, all of a sudden. Well, gaps on Watford. Wow. Like, they're just gone. I think they're psychologically, they're starting to really, really wilt. It's been a brilliant performance. It's only 70 minutes gone as well.
They've only lost 2 of their last 18 competitive games since England drubbed them 7-0. 2.5 years ago. I mentioned this great unbeaten run they've been on. They've lost 1 of their last 15 internationals, keeping 10 clean sheets in that time, and with 20 minutes still left, Wales have stuck 4 past them, and you wouldn't bet against them getting more the way they're playing.
Yeah, it just feels like, it almost feels like they've had a man sent off or something, or we're playing with a couple of
they've just gone all they got no midfield.
No, and that's been the case all game, really.
Yeah.
I think the way we've kind of overloaded that area, we've almost kind of played with a box midfield, almost 2 number 10s, and we've just outnumbered them in that kind of area. We've always had kind of someone spare all the time to kind of pass the ball to, and they've just sat there kind of in that 4-4-2 system, and they just find it really difficult to kind of cope with what we've been doing.
As the Euro 2016 anthem rings around this stadium, an iconic summer. Wales, though, chasing a 4th tournament in the last 6 and back-to-back World Cup appearances. This is Ilievski crossing, and it sails over the crossbar onto the roof of Carl Darlow's goal.
I think we've just totally shocked them, right? Like you said, Mark, those statistics, you know, not conceding. They've conceded 3 goals this campaign, not lost for 18 odd games. And when they do lose, it's by the odd goal. With the England result aside, but I mean, it's not over yet, but bank on Wales getting a 5th more than Macedonia getting a 2nd. Wales have been brilliant, and it's just an easy street now.
It would be an incredible collapse if they didn't do it from here. And everyone, or at least the majority, not those travelling from North Macedonia in the red and yellow in the corner to our right-hand side, everyone else with the bucket hats and the red shirts are pretty relaxed. They want more, and they think they're going to get more. This is Thomas. They've worked it well. Cross into the penalty area. Oh, the defender almost scores an own goal, slices his clearance, and it's a fine save by Dimitrievski, out for a throw on the near left.
Yeah, good reactions from the goalkeeper. Saved the blushes with his defender there. Lovely ball in from Sorba early. It's one of them, you're just praying in there, you see the ball come off you like that. And the defender.
Why did you look at Danny when you said that?
He knows us.
He's never scored OG, I hope.
There's a couple, mate. A couple of beauties.
Now this is Lawler on the halfway line. De Silva, who's arguably had his best game in a Wales shirt. And Broadhead, it's great football once more. Out to Thomas, who's able to spin and drive towards the edge of the penalty area. Plays a low cross, it's cleared into the sky, and Thomas is going to try and make sure it goes out of play for a corner, which he does. And they are racking up these set plays As Craig Bellamy takes his seat, doesn't give much away, but he must be thrilled with what he's seen from his team. And it's a corner in front of the Ninian stand, in front of a big Cymru banner, white letters on the red background. Harry Wilson curls it in, looking for Roden. It was a great delivery. It's headed away to the edge of the penalty area. Won back by Sorba Thomas. Back out to Wilson on the right. He's cutting in. Is he lining it up? Is he tripped? The referee says yes. And this is within range of a crack at goal, a couple of yards out from that corner of the penalty area on the opposite side to us.
Harry Wilson made for him, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or will it be Nico Williams?
It's got to be Harry.
Yeah.
Got to be Harry with a
near post.
Yeah, that right hand side, it favours a left footer, doesn't it? It's kind of in that in between. Do you shoot? Maybe do you cross it to that far post? But you fancy the captain here to have a go.
Well, they're expectant now, that red wall in the Canton stand to our left. 4-1. Williams is stood over it, as is the skipper Wilson. Liam Cullen walks away.
Nice shooting.
And there are 4 red shirts to the back. It's Wilson! Oh! How about that? What a night for the captain! He started it, and he may well have finished it with the exclamation point on a fantastic night for Craig Bellamy and for Wales. Wales 5, North Macedonia 1. Sensational free kick.
What can you say? What can you say to that? His body language said it all, didn't he? Just lined up, stepped back, deep breath, and then you're looking for him to hit the target. Perfect to go to that near post, but it's so hard to become and do something like that. You're looking for perfection, and he's just delivered it. Fantastic performance from the lad tonight.
And he joins Mark Hughes and Cliff Jones on 16 goals for Wales. And that's his 11th goal since Gareth Bale retired. And Wales have hit 5 for the first time since thrashing Belarus 5-1 here 4 years ago.
Well, the goal just epitomises his performance. He has been sensational in that kind of false 9 role, which is a difficult role to play. You know, we know he can play kind of as a number 10. It's similar in some ways to play in that position. You know, he plays off the right a lot, but he's played that role to perfection tonight. You know, when to come deep and operate in those kind of spaces in between the midfield and the defence, when to kind of run in behind. It's a different kind of role when you're playing with your back to goal a bit more. You know, we're so used to seeing him getting the ball and he's facing people up and cutting inside, but when you've got to play with your back to goal, and that is a different kind of proposition. But there's been so many good performances tonight, but he's been top of the tree for me. Sensational.
And they're being serenaded by their adoring public now. 13 minutes to go. Brennan Johnson with a nutmeg is then taken out. As Wales ready, some more changes. I can see Ronan Capaccio down there.
You know, when we were in Liechtenstein and Craig was talking about, you know, the support and the football supporters, this is what he's talking about. Absolutely magnificent.
Yeah. And this is the type of football that these fans buy into as well.
Yeah, and it's the type of football, in fairness, that he's played, right,
yeah,
Craig?
It engages the fans.
It's just gone away from... They're just in poor form. They weren't in good form. Look back to the Belgium game. I say it all started there because it would have felt like a defeat for me. You know, getting back into the game and then losing it right at the death. But tonight, they have been out of this world.
And if there were any doubters, well, not anymore. And they want a 6th. They're into the penalty area. It's a cross by Thomas out for a throw-in on the far side. It's Capaccio. I think Mepham ready to come on for Wales with 12 minutes remaining. This is Lawler to Sheehan. And it's party time now inside this stadium. Carnival atmosphere. The Red Wall have seen their team deliver.
I'm not quite sure how often Craig Bellamy's played with that kind of front four that we've seen tonight. That type of personnel.
Yeah, Brooks in and out, right?
Yeah. Saw Thomas has started a lot of games, but that front four, you're seeing tonight, when they're humming, when they're on their game, you're seeing what we're capable of producing.
Competition for places.
Yeah, always good.
That's what you want.
And the confidence is oozing out of these men in red now. Wonderful pass by Sheehan. And it's Johnson into the penalty area. It's Wilson on a hat-trick, trying to tiptoe around as he flattened. It's a penalty for Wales. And Harry Wilson will win it and surely will take it, and that will be a perfect way to seal a fabulous night.
All right, we didn't get the 6 against Liechtenstein, but don't worry. We'll get them tonight instead. Harry Wilson again. Oh, the feet inside the box. Thought he was going to shoot, just drags it back. Man in front of him, and he just kind of knocks it to the side of him. Fantastic composure, and then he's just kind of dragged down by the defender. And again, the movement to kind of get him behind, and we're just all over this team at the minute. We just look like we can score every time that we go forward. Harry Wilson, chance for the hat-trick here.
What a special evening this will be if he can do it.
Panenka?
Would I? I probably would. I probably would at 5-1. Yeah, I'd seal it.
Well, the captain is taking it. Paces back like a fly half, kicking at goal. Hands on hips. He comes forward now. Absolutely no mistake. And no mistake about whose name will be in the headlines tomorrow. Wonderful Wilson is sending Wales into the playoffs with one of their best victories for years. Wales 6, North Macedonia 1. A Harry Wilson hat-trick.
What a performance. Pressure, what pressure, as I said. So many good performances tonight, but this man, Harry Wilson, he has led by example. Tends to keep it the wrong way. Keeper got close to the first one, got a hand on the first one in the first half, but just sends in the wrong way this time. Some performance from this Wales team. They have dominated from start to finish.
And the changes now. Ronan Capaccio replaces Nico Williams. Chris Mepham replaces Joe Roden. And there's a North Macedonian change as well that creeped on.
Got to be quick with him, haven't you?
Nika Sefilimov has come on. You'd have to give me a moment to work out who's gone off.
Ashkovsky went off.
There we are. Fastest finger first, isn't it?
Yeah.
And there is 8 minutes left, and there are some people leaving. Wales have been purring this evening. Absolutely wonderful performance. And it's on course to be their biggest win since beating China 6-0 in March 2018 of the China Cup, but there might be more. It's Johnson to the edge of the penalty area on the near left side. Back to De Silva and back in towards Lawler, who's back inside his own half. Would have taken 1, but 6. This has been beyond most of these supporters' wildest dreams.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking before the game. I was thinking it's going to be a tight game, maybe 1-0 either way, maybe a draw, but
We all did, right? But we know we
all
needed.
thought
We were
that.
saying the Croatia performance. We needed that sort of tempo, that sort of performance.
We don't
and if you
often-
remember, Harry Wilson was unbelievable in that game.
We don't often put 6 on a team. So often it's nervy, isn't it? It's we've got to grind out results, but so refreshing to see this type of performance tonight. Put the performance in and get the result on top of it as well. And
what I like about it is, the next game, the semi-final, you're at home. You look at this and you're confident, right? What you can do.
Scotland are ahead at Hampden, 2-1 against Denmark, down to 10 men Denmark. They're going through to the World Cup automatically as it stands. Isaac Davis is about to come on for his very first Wales cap, who are going into the playoffs in style. 6-1 ahead against North Macedonia. They've trebled the amount of goals North Macedonia have conceded in this group in one night. 3 of them scored by Harry Wilson. And it will be Liam Cullen who comes off. Big hug for Isaac Davis. Another off the production line at Cardiff City. And he will win his first international cap at his home stadium. 5.5 minutes to go. Wales 6, yes, 6. North Macedonia 1.
Don't mind coming on at 6-1, deal.
Oh, absolutely delighted.
I'll be shooting.
And you are thinking I might get a chance here. Yeah, really pleased for Isaac Davis. Nice touch that is from Craig Bellamy. I know his mum and dad, all his family will be here tonight, and they would have been hoping before the game that he would have come on and got his first cap. They would have been delighted, those goals go in, and hoping there's a bit more of a chance of him coming on. It'll be a proud moment for all the Davis family this evening.
Yeah, because he's done the hard yards, right? He's gone out on loan, come back, showed a lot of promise before he went. He's developed, come back into the squad with Brian Barry Murphy. And again, wasn't starting, but he's really played himself into the team.
5 minutes left. A North Macedonia free kick midway inside the Wales half in a central position, and they're going for goal, and Vardy puts it into the Wales fans. The attendance, by the way, 32,154, and some are making their way to the exits to beat the traffic home.
Yeah, they've been leaving for 10 minutes. Can you believe that? That's when you know you've won a game, right? when the crowd starts going over at 80 minutes.
No one in the Canton stand is disappearing. Get the party started. It's been one of those nights at the Cardiff City Stadium as Broadhead is fouled on the halfway line. The headlines this evening: Wales going into the playoffs in second spot in Group J. Scotland are set to qualify for the World Cup automatically, their first since 1998. Bosnia were doing likewise, but Austria have pegged them back. That puts Bosnia in the playoffs. We'll go through all the pots and possible opponents at the end of all the matches. Don't forget the Feast of Football phone-in is coming up at 9:45. 03700 100 110. Nathan and Danny are staying here to talk to you about this incredible Wales performance. It means a slightly later start for the Late Show with Larry Shawn at 10:30. Denmark have equalised, the 10 men at Hampden Park. Pendulum swims back towards the Scandinavians, and Scotland are missing out. No such drama here, and no one's complaining about that, certainly in this huge crowd. In comes the cross from Wales, out for a corner as they incredibly search for a 7th.
I'd like to say as well, give a little mention to the Ringland Kicks, who are the ball boys and girls today. So nice to see my old estate representing down here at Cardiff. I've seen Norman Parcell earlier. He was from the community at Newport County, CEO there, telling me, who the ball boys are, ball girls are today.
Thomas kills it in. Header! 7!
What is going on?
And Isaac Davis has scored on go! What a night at the Cardiff City Stadium! 7 goals, and they're making North Macedonia's defensive record look ridiculous. They've walloped them in Cardiff, and they are not just going into the playoffs at home, they're storming into them.
I'm talking about Ringland boys and girls and ball boys, and
someone's nicked it off.
It's not actually Isaac Davis. It's Nathan Broadhead.
Broadhead gets the final touch. Everyone congratulated Isaac Davis. Nathan Broadhead steals the glory. It's 7-1. Nevertheless,
he'll take the assist.
Yeah, the spirit, wouldn't it?
Was it going in? No, I'm not so sure.
I don't think it was going in. I think it needed help going in, but that's what I'd be saying if I was Nathan Broadhead.
This is an absolute, right, my God, 5-star performance from Wales, and confidence just oozing out of the team. North Macedonia, they've just been ripped apart.
Yeah.
You know, the tempo that we've played with, it's almost been like you can see they're used to playing at a different tempo, or maybe playing teams that play at a low. This has been like a Premier League kind of tempo from us tonight, and they've just not been able to deal with it.
So all the stats about big Wales wins that I dug out for Saturday, I can now use.
What you got?
Wales have scored 7 for the first time since beating Malta in October 1978. The records are tumbling.
Wasn't even born.
It's headed away by Mepham. It has been an astonishing night. A hat-trick for Harry Wilson, and Isaac Davis is away. But it's played back towards the goalkeeper, and there are only seconds left of the regulation 90, and there are smiles on everyone's faces inside this stadium, with the exception of those travelling North Macedonian fans who've nearly all headed for home. There's the final whistle. What a performance! Wales have saved the best until last, and they storm into the playoffs as runners-up in Group J, and they will play the semi-final in March here at the Cardiff City Stadium. But what a night, what a performance. Harry Wilson with a hat-trick, but everyone has played their part, and the party can start, the celebrations can begin. A second successive World Cup final appearance is just 2 games away. A nation dares to dream again. It finishes Wales 7, North Macedonia 1.
Well, what have we just seen here tonight? That will go down as one of the greatest nights we have ever seen at Cardiff City Stadium. Let the debate begin. Is it the best? Well, the celebrations, you can hear them in the background. It doesn't matter if kids are late to school tomorrow, if we're late to work. What a night. Home sweet home. And that is the reward for a quite incredible night for Wales, for Craig Bellamy, for the hat-trick hero Harry Wilson. Home again for the playoff semi-final in March. What a way to do it. If you put any money on that, you'd be a very rich person, I think, by the end of it. 7-1. Belgium got 7. Wales get 7 to end this campaign. And the Wales players all on the edge of the centre circle right now. Craig Bellamy, I'm sure, is out there as well. They will hang around. He's congratulating every single player who was involved in that tonight. And what a night for Harry Wilson, who holds the match ball. Hat-trick hero. Captain for the night, eclipsing anything that he has done in a Wales shirt, and underlining that he is the undisputed star of this Wales team, and has been since Gareth Bale retired after the last World Cup. But crucially, this guarantees that they will be here in March for the playoff semi-final. It is a much more favourable route to get to the World Cup next summer, and they're now going to do a lap of honour. All of the cameras, the photographers looping around Harry Wilson at the moment. He's probably going to try and find his son. Probably wants his son on the pitch with him, Oscar, who walked out with him at the start of the evening. North Macedonia looked absolutely shell-shocked. their first defeat of the campaign, the first goals that they've conceded away from home in this campaign, and they've been blown to smithereens in the Welsh capital. Confirmation, the final whistle's gone in Liège, and Belgium are through to the World Cup next summer as group winners. 7-0 over Liechtenstein. 5 goals in 7 second-half minutes. They blitzed them to get there. They started late, but they finish as the top team in the group. Wales are second, 2 points behind the Belgians. North Macedonia dropped to third, having performed so well up to this point. Kazakhstan finished fourth on 8 points. Liechtenstein, bottom of the table with 0. The World Cup playoff draw takes place on Thursday. It will include Wales and 15 other European nations. The 12 group runners-up will be joined by 4 teams who reach the playoffs thanks to their Nations League performance. And if you want to know when those matches take place, March 2026. The semis are on the 26th and the finals are on the 31st. The players are over on the Ninian stand side of the ground, and as they wander around and celebrate with the fans, let's talk to a very happy Nathan Blake and Danny Gabardon. Let's just classify it then, first of all. Where does that rank? That's got to be, and we've seen some great nights at this stadium. That's got to be the best.
What? That's all I got to say.
There's no question.
What? Fantastic.
What have we seen?
Absolutely unbelievable. We've seen the best of Wales. And you've got to say, it's a depleted squad. And we've seen a front four which was untouchable, unplayable tonight. And we've seen individual brilliance and we've seen team brilliance. It's an all-round performance. Whether they conceded 1 goal, you score 7, unbelievable. Against a team that's so resilient, steadfast, doesn't concede goals. I've conceded only 3 goals up to now. I haven't lost for so many games. And we've just absolutely taken them apart with not what you would say is your strongest squad. But that 11 out there today, certain people who haven't been performing well tonight, to a man, they were unbelievable, magnificent. A big shout out to Craig
Standard jumping up and down the whole stadium, celebrating with these Wales players. People are crying as well. Loads of kids here tonight, Danny, would never have ever seen anything like that before from their national team. For young lads and young girls to actually come along and maybe just fall in love with the Wales football team this evening as they come back around now and head towards the tunnel. There'll be interviews as well, which we will bring you some reaction, of course, here on BBC Radio Wales. The Feast of Football. That phone-in is on the way in a few minutes for you to have your say on 03700 100 110. I love you, baby, all right. What a night, Danny. And, liquid football. Where's that been up to this point under Craig Bell? Where has it been?
I think Craig Bellamy's been waiting for this. There's been some good performances, there's been some indifferent performances, but that's what Craig Bellamy's all about. That is what he's been talking about for so long. That's the type of performance he wants to see from his team, and to a man, absolutely outstanding. And the manager deserves a lot of credit. The way he went about that game tactically, how he was able to pick apart a very stubborn, rigid, defensively good team. It was just an elite level performance for me. So many good performances. The football that we played. I'm not a big stats man, but I want to see the stats after this game because we have dominated in every single department. Possession, chances created, passes made, off the scale. Total attempts 17, corners 9, 64% possession. We just dominated the game exactly how Craig Bellamy wants to play, and to kind of get the goals off the back of that as well as the performance and the football. It's so exciting for us kind of moving forward now. So that is the standard now. We've got to try and replicate that every single game.
And what a standard that man has set, captaining the side tonight, and a quite sensational hat-trick. Here is Harry Wilson with Alex Richards.
Well, Harry, what a perfect evening, a hat-trick on your first time as Wales captain. It doesn't get any better than that, does it?
Yeah, no, obviously amazing night for me, but tonight was about the team, and we wanted to show everyone what a good team we are. The team was disappointed after the Liechtenstein game. Even though we dominated the game, it would have been nice to score a few more goals. So we were determined tonight to go out there and show people that we can not only keep possession and wear teams down, but we can also punish them as well. And yeah, for me personally, amazing to get a hat-trick, and then delighted for the other boys to get their goals as well.
It felt like everything just clicked tonight, especially in that final third. Is that the best performance this side have had in Craig Bellamy?
Yeah, I think from the get-go we were really good. I think one of the first minutes of the game we almost get a goal with Brooksy, so yeah, I thought we started well. We had them under pressure, and then we conceded a goal that we're not happy with, but that can happen when you play teams that have got quality. But I thought our reaction to that was fantastic to go again, and then in the second half, yeah, like I said, we had complete control and managed to get a few more.
How much confidence do you take from that result, that performance now heading into those playoffs in March?
Yeah, I think we need to take both confidence from the whole group. I think to score 5 goals over the 2 games against Belgium, I think we have to take confidence from that. We're disappointed to concede the goals we did against them, but I think in the other games we've really controlled them. And then tonight, yeah, finally everything clicked and we managed to get the goals I felt that we deserved.
And just finally, how special was it to do that in front of your son tonight? We saw you walking out with him at the start of the game.
Yeah, it was amazing. Like I said, he's at the age now when he can start to walk out with me, and he loves his football. He loves watching it with me at home. And being away from the family for like the 10, 11 days where we are on camp can be tough, but yeah, tonight made up for that.
Harry, well done tonight. Thanks for your time. Well done.
Well, I wonder if Oscar Wilson has grasped the enormity of what his dad has done tonight. What a night for Harry Wilson and his son, captaining the side, getting a hat-trick. Wales win by 7 goals to 1. Don't forget the phone in on the way in a moment. 03700 100 110. You can WhatsApp on that number, text on 81012, or get in touch on social media at BBC Radio Wales. I think Scotland have scored, in added time at Hampden Park, as if we haven't seen enough drama. Kieran Tierney has just put Scotland 3-2 up in the 92nd minute in Glasgow. They are heading for the World Cup. If they can hold on there in the final few minutes, 6 added, 3-2 they lead against 10-man Denmark. Austria are through meanwhile, 1-1 against Bosnia-Herzegovina. Austria qualify for the World Cup. The Swiss are there as well in North America. They've drawn 1-1 with Kosovo, and Spain are set to join them, drawing 2-2 with Turkey. We'll let you know when that full-time whistle goes at Hampden Park. But let's bring Chris Wathen back in now, because all the players are back into the changing room. It's an emptying stadium. Loads of people still hanging around to take pictures with our pundits as well. Nathan Blake's holding someone's son. Let's go to Chris. We're talking about playoffs, permutations and pots and all the rest of it, Chris. I don't know who will want to face Wales after that, but who could Wales face now, do you reckon?
Well, I did think, I was certain a few moments ago, but Scotland obviously look like they're heading directly. That will send Denmark into the playoffs as a pot 1 side, but Austria holding on against Bosnia means that they will qualify directly, and Austria, I beg your pardon, have won. They do qualify automatically, so that means Bosnia are a potential opponent for Wales, as are Albania, as are Kosovo, as are the Republic of Ireland. I should point out, none of this is clarified until FIFA confirm their seedings tomorrow ahead of Thursday's draw. But we know Wales will be home in that first semi-final on the 26th of March, and we understand it to be either Albania, Bosnia, Kosovo or the Republic of Ireland, who they could face in a final on the 31st of March. Well, we'll wait for that one, shall we, Ian?
Yeah. OK, thank you very much, Chris. We'll find out for sure on Thursday. Home is where the heart is. Certainly was tonight. Final thoughts before we join the phone in then from Nathan and Danny, and who you'd like to face in the playoffs. We'll only got a couple of days to wait.
Honestly, I just want to celebrate tonight. I'm still on cloud 15, let alone cloud 9.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to go and give my big, beautiful, handsome 29-year-old boy a big kiss and a big hug, because he doesn't usually come to games, but he's here tonight with his mates, and he's just witnessed absolute brilliance, hasn't he? Absolutely amazing.
I'll take the Republic, hasn't he?
You fancy having Ireland, do you?
Yeah.
Had some matches against them over the years.
Yeah. Great fans as well, aren't they? So, yeah, we'll see. Just delighted to be there, though. And yeah, what a 5-star performance, as Blakey said. We were spoilt tonight. So many good performances. Harry Wilson, wow, what a performance, captain's performance from him. So let's try and keep that going.
Yeah, absolutely. But it feels, though, Danny, doesn't it, like just a night that we're going to remember for many, many years to come.
Well,
Well, hopefully there'll be bigger ones than that to come. But yeah, that kind of level of performance, you see what the team is kind of capable of doing. And, that front four tonight were absolutely purring. Everybody was kind of on song. We've not always had those kind of 4 attacking players out at the same time. There's been a lot of kind of rotation and changes. But you see when those players are on their top level, you see what they're kind of capable of doing. So, yeah, just a superb performance. I'm sure the manager would be absolutely delighted with that. That's the kind of performance he's been looking for a while now. And hopefully that can be the basis for many great performances to come as well. Still a lot of work to do, obviously, now, the next kind of couple of games. But, we've done the job that was asked of us. 2 wins from the 2 games. Can't ask for any more than that.
I'm just hearing that Scotland have scored a 4th goal. They're on their way to the World Cup finals in North America next summer. They'll be dancing in the streets of Glasgow tonight. What a night for them. What a night for Wales. One of those nights where you will remember being here to see Wales put 7 goals past North Macedonia. Wilson with a hat-trick, Brooks with 1, Johnson, James and Broadhead got the others. Wow, what a night. Radio Wales Sport then back on Saturday with Wales's rugby stars back in action. If they could beat the All Blacks, please, that would make it a quite wonderful week for the nation, wouldn't it? But it is time for you to have your say on what you've seen, heard and dance around the living room to tonight. Here is Carl Roberts and guests.